So can I
Yeah,
ask
especially.
one question before we play? I view you as the person, well, they've heard my views that when you introduced the Berlin defense, showing it was playable at the very highest levels of chess, in some ways that was the end of opening theory, because one e4 was no longer an attempt at an objective advantage, and in some ways, and you already were moving to Reti style openings and showing you could play them ambitiously, and in some ways that's the style that Magnus has brought in, a complicated position maybe without an objective advantage, but with plenty of play left for the better player to show their skill. So is it fair to say you ushered in that style?
Well, I mean, you, as any professional in every field, you have to adjust. You have to be flexible and to always adjust to the situation. I mean, the game is in at the moment, and well, it was clear that the tendency, especially with computer engines becoming stronger and stronger, that in general the tendency is that the game is drawish. I mean, objectively, black can equalize against anything in the opening, and well, for quite some period of time already, it's more like every opening or opening line you analyze, it's like the only innovation that there were like three ways to equalize, and now the computer found the fourth one. Yeah, so that's why, yeah, at some point the whole attitude, and I was probably one of the first who understood that it's almost like nothing to catch anymore in the main lines, and maybe you have to change the attitude and to try to play yeah, different things and a little bit random openings, which has some venom still. By the way, London also, it was actually our joint venture with Magnus. We started to play, I mean, it became very popular actually in 2015 because we played before the Blitz and Rapid World Championship in Berlin. We played a bit of training games, couple of days before the event, and then actually, yeah, I mean, we played both this opening with white black, and we understood somehow that things are not so easy, and then in this event we both were very successful playing most of the time London, which was at that time yet not really like a serious weapon. But we found this knight bd2 trick. I mean, like, it's a move order which causes at least some problems, at least practical, and yeah, since then it also became popular, but unfortunately nowadays it's like almost nothing left. Everything is, I don't know, of course I'm exaggerating a bit, but many things I analyze. Even my Reti, it was serving me very well and for quite some time, but then people started to like equalize by force with engines, and now yeah, it's getting, I mean, like, you have to be extremely flexible in opening, especially with white, basically to be able to play absolutely any opening, and then to try to choose according to what your opponent is playing. So yeah, it changed a lot since that time when I started to play, and I played with Gary, who was just playing his e4 main lines and just crashing like out of the opening. Good old days, but not possible anymore,
So
fortunately or unfortunately.